What is the weather like in Salt Lake City, Utah? I had a friend reach out to me from California just this week asking me, considering moving, and wanted to know about the weather in Utah. And I have to say, being a former Californian myself, that's probably the #1 question I get asked. So stay tuned and we're going to talk about it. Hi, this is Melissa Ballman, and I am a realtor here in the Salt Lake City, Utah area. So if you're thinking about making a move in Utah, reach out to me. I'd love to connect. You can also tune in to my Facebook group called Salt Lake Life and get more information about what's happening in the area, things to do, restaurants, all kinds of stuff. So what is the winters like? That's usually the #1 question people ask. And I have to say, it's not as bad as people think, and it's nowhere near like what you see in the East Coast. So depending on where you're looking, the average snowfall per year in Salt Lake City area is anywhere from 42 inches up to about 61 inches per year. And snow typically falls anywhere from November to about February, March. But of course, depending on the year, it can, like I've taken my kids trick-or-treating on Halloween and it was snowing. I picked them up on the last day of May and it was snowing. So it really just depends on the year, but it's not uncommon to get some snow overnight and early mornings and have most of it cleared up within 24 hours. Oftentimes they'll plow the roads here, and by afternoon you're driving just like you normally would. So it's not like these buckets of snow that you often see on the news on the East Coast. Now, if you're living on the benches, then you're gonna get more snow than that. If you're in the Park City area, more snow than what you would see in Salt Lake City. But our humidity is relatively low in comparison, which is why Utah is known to have the greatest snow on earth. It's light. You can literally put it in your hand and blow it out of your hand because it's so light and airy. Now, our average temperatures in the wintertime is anywhere from about 20 degrees up to mid 40s on average in the wintertime in December. So December, January are usually our coldest months. But I have to say, there have been times I've gone back to San Diego in the wintertime, and honestly, 60 or 50 degrees there feels just as cold as it does here in the wintertime because of that relatively low humidity. If you go back east, like I've been in New York at Christmas time, and that is bone chilling cold. So 30 degrees back in the East Coast is nowhere compared, in my opinion, to what it is like in Utah. Now, another thing about wintertime is the inversion, and it's just a sad fact of what we have going on here. So take a look at my video, The Pros and Cons of Living in Utah, where I address the inversion a little bit more. But because of the winter months, pollution can accumulate here in the valley because we're surrounded by mountains. And so it's just nasty polluted air that we have to deal with, sometimes for a couple weeks at a time in the wintertime. So I lived in Denver for a while, and they had a saying there that says, if you don't like the weather, just wait 10 minutes. Well, Utah is very similar to that. Things can fluctuate. For instance, it is September 22nd today, and our weather is almost 85 to 88 degrees for the last week. So you definitely have those spells of warm and cold, and you can't count on, oh, it's September, it's fall, I have to wear a jacket every day. That's not how it is in Utah. It's same with spring, same with winter. It's not unusual in the wintertime for us to go out in jeans and a t-shirt too. Utah is considered high desert, so we have relatively low humidity and a really dry climate. Wintertime is our highest humidity, but in the spring and summer, aside from the one-off situations with storms and things like that, it's not unusual for our humidity to be 20 and 30% during those times. In the summertime, we're usually in the 90s, but occasionally we do hit over 100 degrees. But again, it's dry heat. Think of Phoenix or Vegas dry heat, just not quite as hot, and beautiful mountains all around you to look at. If you have questions about real estate in Utah or more about the weather, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help. I'd love to hear from you. Comment below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and click the bell so that way you're alerted each week when my video drops. But as always, feel free to reach out to me via text, email, whatever you got to do. And as always, make it a great day.